Having these, they really were, from the standpoint of having the strength and the wisdom and fortitude to fully know and to understand the gravity of the situation. And we helped a lot. And we helped also with trade. I said, come on, we're going to do a lot of trade with you guys. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. If you stop it, we're doing trade. If you don't stop it, we're not going to do any trade. People have never really used trade the way I used it. Let me say a few words about the historic events that took place over the last few days. On Saturday, my administration helped broker a full and immediate ceasefire, I think a permanent one, between India and Pakistan, ending a dangerous conflict of two nations with lots of nuclear weapons. And they were going at it hot and heavy, and it was seemingly not going to stop. And I'm very proud to let you know that the leadership of India and Pakistan was unwavering, powerful, but unwavering in both cases. And having these, they really were, from the standpoint of having the strength and the wisdom and fortitude to fully know and to understand the gravity of the situation. And we helped a lot. And we helped also with trade. I said, come on, we're going to do a lot of trade with you guys. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. If you stop it, we're doing trade. If you don't stop it, we're not going to do any trade. People have never really used trade the way I used it. That I can tell you. And all of a sudden they said, I think we're going to stop. And they have. And again, let me say a few words about the historic.
Vice Admiral, are you thinking Donald Trump can say what he wants to say, Bharat will do what it wants to do?
I think knowing him, he's trying to convert brownie points into golden points. Yeah. He is well known for this. I don't think there is any credibility left insofar as their stand at the moment with the current dispensation is concerned. Everyone knows it. Pakistan knows it better than us. But I just want to take you back on the map where you were describing, Narasimhan. You see, this is what I meant about strategic depth in geographical terms. Where will they go and hide? Where will they survive?
Correct.
Look at the spread of the airfields.
Yeah.
All of them are strategic to them.
Yeah.
And look at our distance from LOC ever since, and the IB. Ever since we've acquired standoff weapons and precision munitions, they should know it better. This nuke saber rattling will just not do. And this time, more than any previous occasion, we have proved it loud and clear to Pakistan and to the rest of the world, which is so scared about two nuclear powers at war, that conventional war, an assault at our will under nuclear overhang has no meaning to India. And they will not lift a finger. They'll not put their finger on the trigger.
On the trigger.
Whether it is Asim Munir or anybody else.
No, with each one, Air Chief, have we pushed the entire nuclear bluff, called it out, and also pushed the ante, up the ante and the benchmark, and the normal is now different compared to what it was perhaps a decade and a half ago. And your thoughts on Trump? Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. We've called the nuclear bluff and pushed it further. Balakot was a beginning. Now this is another level. And on the issue of what statement you had mentioned, and on the ceasefire issue, I think let's not go by the words. Let us see the ground realities and facts. We had an upper hand. We were responding to Pakistan's intrusions. Every night it was getting scaled up. After the night when 7 bases were attacked and total targets went down to 11 and all successful, and the kind of damage inflicted, very clearly it is Pakistan. When somebody rings up from world leaders, you do pick up, you do talk, of course, but very clearly it was Pakistan who went to US. They did not get a face-saving attack on us where they could inflict much damage and go to the public and say, we have taken terrorist attack ka badla le liya pehle din ka. We have avenged. They could not achieve anything. So they needed a face-saving. They have gone to Americans and said, we are willing to stop, or when Americans approached them, they would have. It is their stepping back, and that is why their DGMO has called us. We haven't called off.
But you know what, in the larger game, I'm just going to bring in Wing Commander and Manik Jolly here also, Major, if I can ask you. this communication game, the Pakistanis seem to have mastered this art of trying to snatch victory even in defeat. This allows, what Donald Trump is doing is a great disservice to Bharat in a way, because he is trying to hyphenate Pakistan again with Bharat, whereas Bharat is hyphenating Pakistan with terror. So there is a difference here. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Your take on it, and then we'll take everybody's thoughts. Yeah.
You're bang on, and the reason stems from the fact that they had been at it. They means the ISI had been taking good care of it since decades back. We were a little late to start on the propaganda or the psyops, or as you call it on the information warfare front. We were late to take off the blocks, and thereafter also our lookout to that particular critical aspect, which in the current context, in the current age and times, holds is the fourth pillar. Absolutely. Is one of the most important tenets which needs to be concurrently going on while operations are carried out, even before that, and even in the beyond that, for the world and the international community to draw the lessons or draw conclusions the way we want them to understand it. So the Pakistanis had been at it much before us. So by virtue of sheer experience and having started off the blocks earlier, they stand at an advantage till date. Now is the time that we have started catching up. We woke up to the fact of the importance of information in...
It's not even information, it's about how to manipulate the narrative. And then I'll come to the seniors.
I teach strategic communication professionally. I do take capsule at Staff College on information warfare, management, social media. The thing is, what Sir said was absolutely right. We'll not go back, but let's stick to this point. A small trick, right? We attacked their 9 air bases. Social media works on algorithms. The entire ISPR, ISC managed handle will not talk about those 9 bases. Their entire tweets, their entire communication will say, we dropped your planes, #Rafale. They will not mention that. What happens is, in the trending, in the global information sphere, all those 9 things get subdued. Hence, what starts picking up is that, we downed your aircraft or we did this. That's how they gain an upper hand. They do it very professionally. They engage the right people, they engage professionals, not only within Pakistan, all across the world. And sadly, we don't do that. If we have to up our game, this is a very, this is a game where you can't be winning just by being nice boys. We can't say, we will give our press statement.
And this is not a game, it's a war actually. It's a big war. It's far more complicated than the chessboard. It's a master plot in terms of how you manage to move the pieces, and how one communicates as a nation, as a whole of nation approach. This aspect of information is critical. Yes, please complete on that.
I won't go what is wrong with us. We can improve, definitely improve of that. If the armed forces decided to, let's say, take a little different direction in the strategic communication part. But what I was trying to make from a simple point, that these simple things matter a lot. We all have friends abroad. Ask any one of them. The communication everywhere is that India attacked Pakistan and we started with that. Pahalgam is missing from the narrative. Why we attacked this #terror camps is missing from the narrative. We feel happy a lot is communication going on because we see each other tweets. We are within the geography and the ports which are managing our communication. But we need to take it abroad. It's very critical because communication shapes opinion. Opinion shapes decisions. How the world looks at us, how much they support us.
No, and that is reflective on the... Okay, yes, General Pandey, your thoughts?
Let me just split it in 2 parts.
Okay.
Right? Firstly, Donald Trump has actually spoken out of turn not once. He's done it a number of times. His constituency knows it, the world knows it. Unfortunately, we give him too much of a credit because he is the president, and we should stop giving because everybody knows. Let's come out to the very sequence. Once said, we are not getting involved, right? Second is, we finished technically Op Sindoor when we struck the camp. We reached out to the Pakistanis and said, we are done, thank you so much, let's not go beyond. They come back, we hit back again, right? Now, every day, the message goes back to the Pakis that, okay, you scaled up, we have scaled up a little bit, and thank you, let's stop it. Nowhere has it gone that we reached out to the Americans to
Yeah.
do the deal. Now something happened when you're talking of the targeting part. On the third day, we hit symbolically Rawalpindi, Lahore.
Yeah.
Right. These are symbolic hits. We told we'll touch you, but they didn't understand. You know, Pak Punjabis. They came back again, emotional charge. They hit back, taken out all the missiles. But when we punished them at critical points, when you hit Sargodha, Sargodha has got other ramifications. When you hit Rawalpindi, where you hit again, has got other ramifications. You hit where you talked not to speak of N, but somewhere around symbolic. That is when the Pakis dial up that now it is out of our control. Let's go back to Uncle Sam. There's a deep state which will help us out, right? So what I can just imagine what would have happened. They must have dialed up Jaishankar and said, let's stop. He said, हम तो बोल ही रहे हैं पहले से. So why our media is not talking of it? हम तो पहले से कह रहे थे तुम बंद कर दो. Now the DGMO yesterday made it very clear. The Pak DGMO called him at 1 o'clock. He was busy. He picked up the call and spoke to him 3:30. They said, we don't want to fight. That's good enough. So where is the missing point? There is nothing to do with trade, right? Now he is going for a brownie point to his communication. The second part I want to very quickly come out. I have been the ADG Stratcom, right? There is a issue. The network, the digital space is controlled by the West, right? When you're talking about the algorithm, today I tweeted something against Turkey, right? It took me 3 times to upload. It comes out, it gets checked. The algorithm controls that this thing. All my other tweets will go couple of thousand. This one will not even go for 1,000 touch. There is a whole control, that lever which is there. And what Jolly is saying is so right. We have missed out by not engaging, because the West has been invested in Pakistan because of geostrategic location, and Pakistan is a proxy of the terrorist, proxy of the Chinese, and the proxy of the West. So naturally they will invest in them. And you are a good boy. We have still not learned the Western way of walking the talk, right? Till the time you start, behaving like them, coming on the table, start playing proxies, start playing that game at the high table, you will never be considered of their own.
But here's the thing, someone like a Trump gets away with trying to equate and saying 1,000-year problem, I will solve Kashmir. No. Who the hell is he? And why will a president of the United States have the gumption and the ability, dare to write something like that on that tweet? One. So that is something that Bharat needs to address. The other thing is, we know that the Pakistanis endgame, when they lose, when they get a hiding on their backside, is to go back and somewhere internationalize Jammu and Kashmir, whereas it's supposed to be bilateral. And the only issue with Kashmir that Bharat has very stated clearly is, how are we going to settle POK and when are you handing it back? That's the only issue with Jammu and Kashmir. These are things which the world looks, and there is a, Bharat's point of view does not get put across. Now somewhere the establishment has to do it, the military establishment, the political establishment, all of us as a nation have to address this very clearly, that the world realizes that Bharat is the good boy here, the villain is the next one whom you are sitting and still throwing bones at. And it's behaving like a Rottweiler to the person who throws the biggest bone, be it China, be it the jihadis, or be it America. So that is something which we have to do, Major Manik Jolly.
Yeah, I'll only say one thing, that even during the election campaign, right, Trump brought out his role as a global peacemaker very heavily. He wanted to take away the aid which is going to Ukraine. He wanted to say, I will solve this. Before that, he was actively involved in the Abraham Accords. He wanted to tell that I'll solve the Middle East also. None of these things happened. So what is happening is, he caught on to India-Pakistan thing, and he's saying, what I could not do here, I'm achieving here. But what you said is absolutely right, to equate us with Pakistan. His statement would have been that I have told Pakistan, who has carried out terror attack, to not do this anymore. At least, not put us in the same basket and, equate us together, that these are two kids fighting, I have tried to control them. That's very wrong of them.